So last night was the Game Awards, right? And there's a lot I want to cover really quick in this video. The awards itself, the nominations, they're great. However, that wasn't really my biggest focus. I just wanted to see what new games were revealed, and there's a plenty of them that I'm really excited for, and I just want to quickly go over them. And so immediately right off the bat, we're given our very first announcement, which is going to be Witcher 4, this time starring Ciri, which is a little bit different from the other entries of the Witcher franchise. But it's going to be a little bit different as we're playing a different perspective. I'd like to see where they go with for this one, as it's a different direction, a different perspective. So I'd like to see where this game goes, whether it comes out next year or 2026. I'm very interested to see what happens. Unfortunately, for the Game of the Year nominations, there wasn't much of a variety going on. A lot of Nostrobot nominations across the board, as well as Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, and ReFantazio Metaphor. Let's instead direct our focus to the announcements that were shown yesterday, because there's so many that I'm super excited for. So one of the things that was announced was an Elden Ring new IP under the Elden Ring universe. There wasn't much information other than the fact that it's not a DLC, just a standalone Elden Ring game. So we're gonna have to see what happens with it. It looks like a co-op game, but other than that, not much information was shown. And then we got an announcement that I was not expecting to be shown at the Game Awards, which is a game coming from the same studios as the Yakuza games, Ryuga Gotoku Studios. There's a new entry that they made, which is set in 1950s Japan, very old school, before World War II era, where it's the same Yakuza setting. I don't know if it's gonna be another Yakuza entry. I'm assuming not, but it's definitely somewhere in that same setting where it takes place in the setting, etc., the Yakuza background, all that stuff. So it's very exciting to hear. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of my reactions watching this. I decided to watch it on my own, the stream itself. But this was the only reaction that got to me, and I was super excited for. We are finally getting a sequel to Okami. Back in 2009, I want to say, when the game released. And I played this when I was 11, 12 years old. So it's been years. So I'm very excited to hear a sequel coming back. And on that note, we're immediately on to the next game that I'm super excited for. Hazelight Studios announced their very next game that's coming in March very quickly, which, if that name doesn't ring a bell, they're the ones that behind the game It Takes Two and A Way Out, which, if you're not aware or you haven't played these games, it basically takes couch gaming in a whole different level, taking these stories in a very unique way and forcing you to play co-op in very unique ways. Every single character that you play in this co-op story, whether it be It Takes Two or A Way Out, has different stories and different objectives. So it kind of has that replayability where even if you finish the game, you can switch characters and in a way immerse yourself in a different perspective if you decide to play as a different character. It's just such a unique game. And then that's the next game called Split Fiction, which only takes that creative weirdness from It Takes Two even further, with its changing perspectives, side scroll, things like that. And it's such a unique game that I'm really excited for. So with the Game Awards, there's a lot of games that I've just never heard of or never bothered to look into or anything. And I guess in a way, it kind of just helps me to know what's relevant, what's popular, what's kind of just taking the awards, etc., things like that. And one game in particular that I discovered with the Game Awards is going to be Balatro. I've seen this, and I've seen the clips from the Game Awards, right? And it looks like a typical card game with poker, etc., things like that. So I didn't really know what the hype is about. And the more I looked into it, there was tens across the board from review journals, etc., things like that. I know we don't really take game review journals seriously, but I mean, it has to be overhyped because TikTok's talking about it, YouTube. And again, I was out of the loop for so long, so I was very curious to see what this is about. So after the Game Awards is about 11 p.m. last night, and I decided to download this game on my phone. So I gave it a try, and 30 minutes after, or what felt like 30 minutes after, it's 1 in the morning, right? And look, I'm not much of a mobile gamer or anything like that. I know this game is on Steam, but I decided to buy it on the phone. This game is really addicting, and I completely was out of the loop on. So I kind of thank the Game Awards for giving me this suggestion to try it out, because if you didn't play it, and I know if you're watching this, Sippin' Ice, YouTuber. Shout out to him, subscribe to his channel. You might hate me for saying this, but it's pretty addicting. So that's really all the gaming announcements that were shown that I'm super excited for. So with that out of the way, let's finally talk about the game of the year.
And the game of the year is Astrobot.
So last night, Astrobot got an award for Game of the Year, and it wasn't the game I expected to win, although I'm not really surprised that it won an award. Growing up, I loved playing games like Zelda, Kirby, etc., things like that, so it doesn't really surprise me. I'm sure it's great in that nostalgia aspect, and I'm sure it's a really good platformer, hence winning Game of the Year. Although again, it's not what I expected, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna get a chance to play it if it ever comes to PC, but I don't plan on getting a PlayStation anytime soon unless that changes, who knows. But again, it wasn't what I expected. Me personally, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna have to give it to Wukong, but that's just my personal taste. It's just the entire package itself, the combat, the art style, the ending cutscenes that you get with every chapter. It's such a I don't know how you explain it or how you put it into words, but it's a game that there's so much effort and care that was given into this game that I really liked it from beginning to end. There's so much to look at, a lot of exploration, etc., things like that, and the fact that it rewards you from with secret bosses if you discover hidden maps or hidden places that's hard to reach into. It'll reward you with maybe a hidden collectible or some hidden gear, equipment, things like that. It's just a game that was put a lot of care into it, and you can tell just from beginning to end. And me personally, I kind of wish it won Game of the Year, but again, I'm not really surprised and I'm not really disappointed at who won. It is just a little bit of a shocker that this game won, but again, no hate against it. It's just my personal taste. So let me know what you think about the Game Awards. I think overall it's a really great event that happened last night. A lot of new announcements, Game of the Year, etc. A lot of things to look forward to next year. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you like this video, I'm definitely planning to make some more coverage of before the year ends. So hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace, take care, and have a good one.